Okay, today we'll be using various weapons. This is the weapon that we use in the school, and this is the weapon that is the real weapon that we use on the street. As you can see, they're very similar, and the only reason why I'm using this weapon today is that this weapon has a rubber guard around the trigger. This one doesn't, and if I use this one, I'd probably break Sensei George's finger doing these techniques. So I'm going to use this one for safety reasons. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to manipulate the weapon using finger lock. Okay, very important. If the finger is inside the trigger guard, you got to. In the school, you got to be very careful because you can break somebody's finger. But in reality, if the finger's inside the trigger guard, you can break the guy's finger and actually rip the guy's skin right off his finger when you're doing these techniques. So you have to be very careful. So I'm going to demonstrate a clearing, and then we'll use the finger lock, and we're going to put the finger lock on. And then in a little while, we're going to put on the helmets and the safety gear, and we're actually going to do it for real in a little slower manner to show you that you can clear the weapon in time and not get shot. The reason why I do it one-handed, you can do it two-handed too. The reason why I do it one-handed is because usually a police officer or a person that's a law enforcement, security officer, or military people have things in their hand, whether it be a flashlight, a radio, or a clipboard, or pen, or ticket book, whatever. And we could also do it two-handed. One of the things I see people doing wrong, especially in schools, that when the person tells the other person to put their hands up, they put their hands up here. That's completely wrong. Don't put your hands up here. It takes longer to get to the weapon. Put your hands here. That way you can manipulate the weapon a little bit better. So the first thing you want to do is clear. The second thing you want to do is control. Now, if you notice, the gun is pointing at Sensei George, who's the opponent, the perpetrator, and the trigger guard is finger locking his index finger. Just like if I were to use finger lock in a non-combative situation. The trigger guard acts as my fulcrum. The lever is this, and the base could be the gun, butt of the gun. As I put him down, notice the thing is locked into the trigger guard. Now from here, break his finger, pull this out, and go into the cuffing procedures from this position. You clear the weapon. The finger's inside the trigger guard. You push the weapon back to him. The trigger guard acts as the fulcrum. Manipulate it down. It goes down. You can break his finger or tear his finger this position. Now this works from any position. Put the gun is on the side. Again, you move away. If you have a chance to step, step away. If you have a chance to not step away, maybe there's a wall here, you just push it away from this position, especially if the gun is located in this part of your body. If the gun is located in this part of your body, it's a little different technique. But let's stick to this first. So you're going to move it away, turn it back towards him, and down again. Push it away, and down towards him. Again, you clear the weapon, the finger's inside the trigger guard. You push the weapon back to him. The trigger guard acts as the fulcrum. Manipulating down, it goes down. You can break his finger or tear his finger from this position. Now this works from any position. Put the gun is on the side. Again, you move away. If you have a chance to step, step away. If you have a chance to not step away, maybe there's a wall here, you just push it away from this position, especially if the gun is located in this part of your body. Same thing from the rear, does not matter. I turn, I push it away, I pull it down towards him. Strike. Push it away. Back towards him. Up above, same thing. Turn, strike, push away, back towards him. Turn, strike, push away, back towards him. Again. Good. So, kind of get the idea with the finger lock technique, how we use the finger lock technique. Now, sometimes the person will not put their finger in the trigger. They'll put their finger on the outside of the trigger guard like this. It doesn't matter because it's the same principle of motion. You're still going to clear the weapon. You can grab the finger and lock at the finger this way. Same movement. Does not matter. Okay, if the gun's put to the person's head, it's the same rotation. You want to take the weapon away to this position, and you want to turn it clockwise back to him, especially if he's got it in his right hand. Clockwise back to him, and put him down. In this position, you can lock and finger lock here. You can strike with the weapon. Various Kyusho pressure points located in the middle of the shoulder blades and the back of the head here with the butt of the weapon. Now, the main thing the reason why I'm making this videotape is that I want to know if these gun techniques really worked or not. Very important for me being a ex-police officer and a person who trains police officers. I want to make sure that these weapon techniques did in fact work. So in a little while, we're going to put on the equipment and we're going to do these techniques for real, and you're going to see how these techniques work in real action.